Hi, guys. Welcome to our daily encounter. As believers and people who are grounded in the morality of Christianity, it's very easy for us sometimes to get bent out of shape as we look at society as a whole and the direction that it's taking, or maybe even we look in our community or in our families and things like that, and to really always be focused on uh, the misdeeds of others, the sins of others, the wrongdoings of others, and always be kind of down in the mouth and very despondent and discouraged by always focusing on what other people are doing, and to really be affected by that deeply. Well, in Psalm 37, in verse 1, we have some encouragement in connection to this. There it says, "Do not fret because of evildoers, be not envious toward wrongdoers." And these could be seen as two totally different responses. To do not fret means don't be angry because of evildoers. Don't get all bent out of shape. Don't get angry and hostile and all those things, and really just allow yourself to get worked up over evildoers. That's on one side of the spectrum, but also don't be envious of them. Don't look at those who are wrongdoers and actually be jealous and wish that you had the things that they had, or that you could live the way that they lived and get away with it. So we could either become angry or we could become jealous. But in both of those cases, we're really just focusing on what other people are doing and focusing on the sins of others and the activities of others, when we really should be getting back to the basics and getting our own lives straightened out and focused. Here he says, "Do not fret because of evildoers, be not envious toward wrongdoers, for they will wither quickly like the grass and fade like the green herb." So that's something to remember. Whether they're making us angry and getting us all bent out of shape, we can remember that, hey, their little influence in this world is very limited, and they're practicing the deeds that they're practicing is going to be short-lived in the long run. And so we can remember that and say, okay, I'm not going to allow myself to get too bent out of shape about it, because I know that evildoers will come and go like the grass. But then I could also think, and we could all think about this in connection to if we are being envious of them. If we think, boy, I wish I could do what they do and get away with it, or I wish I could acquire the things that they've acquired through their wrongdoings. It's also important for us to remember that, again, they will wither quickly like the grass and fade like the green herb. The success that it looks like that they have, the benefits that it looks like they have, that is based on their wrongdoings, isn't going to last long, and won't really benefit them past the grave, we could say. But what should we do? And that's what I like about this psalm, is it doesn't just tell us, hey, don't fret over evildoers and don't be envious about them, but it tells us what we should be doing. And as we read these things, we can see that this is about taking care of our own business and taking care of our own lives and making sure that our lives are squared away. As it continues on, it says, "Trust in the Lord and do good. Dwell in the land and cultivate faithfulness. Delight yourself in the Lord, and he will give you the desires of your heart. Commit your way to the Lord, trust also in him, and he will do it. He will bring forth your righteousness as the light and your judgment as the noonday." So this is how we ought to respond if we find ourselves in an evil society, or maybe a sinful society. We could say, you know what? As for myself, I'm just going to trust in the Lord and keep on practicing good. Keep on loving others. Keep on doing random acts of kindness for others. Just doing the things that would please the Lord. And then I'm also going to dwell in the land and just cultivate faithfulness. Faithfulness to God, faithfulness to others. Make sure that I myself am trustworthy, and make sure that I'm fulfilling my own obligations. And then delight yourself in the Lord. I'm just going to delight myself in the Lord. Instead of getting all bent out of shape or becoming jealous at what other people are doing, I'm just going to let my heart be filled with joy and satisfaction in the presence of God, just delighting myself in the Lord. The psalmist would instruct us to do, and just really focus on what a joy it is to be in a relationship with God and to be able to share life with God. And he says if we do that, God's going to take care of us. He'll give us the desires of our heart. We'll commit our way to the Lord. That is saying, I'm just going to keep on focusing on God, fixing my eyes on the Lord. I'm going to let him direct my steps. I'm going to let him point me in the right direction. And then it says I'll trust also in him, and he will do it. And just place my trust in him. And then he goes on to say, he's going to take care of us. He'll bring forth our righteousness as the light, and our judgment as the new day. In other words, he's going to take care of the evildoers. He's going to take care of all the other stuff. We just need to cultivate faithfulness. We need to delight ourselves in the Lord, trust in the Lord, be focused on doing good deeds for others, and that sort of thing. And so I believe this would be the proper response if we find ourselves in a sinful environment. It doesn't mean that we just ignore the evil, or we don't stand up to injustice, or we don't, do our part to change society. That would fit under the doing good. But at the same time, remembering that we need to also focus on ourselves and make sure that we have things squared away, and that we are walking in step with the Lord and trusting in him and delighting in him and that sort of thing. So this psalm can kind of help us if we ever find ourselves just getting really discouraged, and we really find ourselves getting down in the mouth as we look at society or other situations, and help us to really refocus where our attention should be, and to be able to live a life more in alignment with what would be pleasing to God and what would be more beneficial to us. So these are some things we can reflect on and think about as we do our reading today. With that, guys, I do thank you for watching the video today. Hope you guys have a great day. Love you guys. God bless.